Okay, so I thought I would make this video just to show something I found, good information for people. Um, Sometimes there is a reason you want to work off of the UCS instead of rotating your part around, because I never liked rotating my part around. I like creating UCSs and working from there. And the reason I didn't show that in the last video is I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working for me. And it seems they got something funky. But anyway, I figured it out, so this will be good information. So anyway, so we figure out the rotation values for the faces we want to cut. Like this is 0 from the top UCS. This one is, and I put my four features with names of it so I can just reference it, 59.0362, right? Then I want to cut this one back here, which would be a complete rotation around this, which is going to be 22.3.5312. And then finally the last one is that, right? Now, why was I screwed up before? Because I wanted to add my first UCS to do the second pocket here, or that one I'm doing a profile, and what I did, so I went to add my UCS to be able to work off of, right? And if we add a new UCS and a rotate value, and I put in 59.0362, and I did that, it went, hey, what the heck, right? I mean, I thought, okay, something's not right, and blah, blah, blah. So I went on and just did it manually by rotating the part around, which is pretty chintzy, actually. So then I just dorked around with a little bit, and I figured out what it was, which is Bobcat's add UCS by rotation feature is actually reversed from everything else. So get your good chuckle in, and then now you know how to deal with it. So we know that rotation value, and the way to add the UCS properly then is actually, that would be 360 minus 59.0362, which is 3 blah blah blah, and there's the UCS at the proper value. Okay, and so now and then we can name that one as 59.0362, right? And there's that UCS. Now we can't go ahead and add another one right there from here, because remember it's relative. So we go back to the top, then we add another one, and then we put 360 minus, and then the next value was 223.5312, right? And that's going to be a value of blah 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 136, and that's actually one that's completely rotated around and flipped upside down, and it's inline and plane for that. And so that's our UCS for that. And so the next one we have to get is the UCS for that. So I have to cancel. Let's name this one. I always just take that moment to name it, 0.5312, and then you know, just a couple of seconds and you know what you're doing. Now we can't add another one from there because of relativity, so we go back to the top, we go to add a new UCS, and now it's going to be 360 minus 315, which actually is the 45 you saw there, and you get a UCS that's there for that one. And then, so presto, I've personally figured it out for myself, and now I can work with UCSs again, and who knows, maybe the bird is watching this, and then he can pass it on to the new guy. So now you would just, and then now you can do your features from the UCSs without rotating your part, right? And it would be the same as in the video before. Basically, let's blank our solid. There's our features there. And the first feature will work off of the top UCS, and we select our geometry here. It's that top one there. Let's select it, and then we're going to edit it, right? And again, top apart, 7.25 patterns, whichever one you want. That we can do some steps in it to make it look funny. The posting, we want to make sure we're outputting 0, and then 0.25 and 0, and we say OK, and we get that pocket. And so now we can just go to the and make this UCS the active one, and then select the geometry for the next feature, which is reselect. I did it already there. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that, just ate dinner. And then edit the feature. Same thing, approach and entry. The top of part is 8.8751, right? 8.8751. The parameters, whatever you want them to be, 0. posting, output rotary angle. It picks up the rotation angle automatically because you're using the UCS now, right? That's kind of that's the helper we were looking for before on that. And then that is, what did I do? Oh, remove. Okay, it's getting late. Don't laugh. Was I editing the right feature also? No, I wasn't. Okay, 8.8751, right? Patterns, depth, doesn't matter. It's a profile. Posting picks up the rotation angle, rough, finish, blah, blah, blah. That should work there. Am I on the right feature? Compute toolpath, and there it is. Okay. Now we can go to the next UCS, which is that one up. Basically, you're rotating the part all the way around. We're going to do those two pockets, and that's this one. Reselect. Say those, and then we'll edit that feature. Approach and entry. This top of part is 4.5675. 4.5675. Same numbers as the last one there. Blah blah blah. Posting. It picks up that because we're working off of the UCS now, and then compute toolpath. There's that pocket there, and then last UCS is the 315 one, which is rotated up to here. Select the geometry. Edit the feature. That top of part is 7.955. 7.955. Oh, but you know what I wanted to do though was because it was it should pick up the rotation angle, yes. But because what I wanted to do was I was actually faking it and making it go from the top of the extruded stuff, which I think is a half an inch. I went plus 0.5 to my top of part, which gave it 8.455, which then makes my pocketing actually start up at that top circle when I selected the pocket down below. And then that should go down. I must be missing geometry there. Oh, look at that. Reselect. There we go, presto. Yeah, everybody likes to see it, you know what I mean? There we go. So there, see, so now the pocket starts from the top. If I actually give it multiple steps, then you can see why I did that, right? 0.125. There we go. We'll recompute, and now you'll see it pocket down from up there as if there was a bunch of material. So that's how I made those bosses right there. And then you post. So that's the advantage of using a UCS is you're not, you know your rotation values, and you can get those the same way I showed you before. But now you don't have to rotate your geometry around. I mean, not everybody has just one nice perfect solid. It could be a mixture of stuff, and you want to be posting things from UCSs instead of rotating geometry around and you know, pretty much screwing up your drawing and everything. So that's it. Just remember when you add your UCS here, Bobcat's got it backwards.